Hello, everybody. My name is Ash Guy. I'm your host for tonight. Here is my co-host.
Galvinator!
Spitzy.
Yeah, Spencer Cat is not the co-host, and
I'm
oh, just in the nick of time, I suppose. I was just about to say Emma won't be joining us for a little bit, but she's here.
Well, Calvin texted me and I was like, "Oh crap, it's 7:30 already."
Yeah. All right. Well, let's kick off the podcast with topic of what happened at school for the past week.
Drugs.
A lot for me.
All right.
Boy.
Would you care to elaborate?
So last week I had cross country. I woke up at like 6. No, sorry, I woke up at 5:55. I left my house at like 6, and I didn't have breakfast, and I decided to go straight to cross country. And what do you know? So I was the only junior boy on the team. I was like running. I didn't know that. So like, okay, like not even an hour before I started, boom, you're the only junior boy. I'm like, no, it can't be. And so here I am getting warmed up, and I see this guy beside me. He's a solo runner too. And I'm like, hey, want to team up? He's like, sure. So we went out and run a bit, and I kind of left him in the dust.
All right. Well, moving on. Emma,
And,
what did you do this week?
I'm not done.
Hold on,
I'm not
Spencer.
done.
No.
No.
Moving
I'm
on.
not done. And 3K, the round 3K in the race, I started having a sharp pain in my leg. And I think me and Combinator over here both think I tore my muscle.
Ripped it like it's off his leg.
All right. Well, moving on. Emma, what did you do this week?
Literally nothing. My week has been so uninteresting. Actually, though,
Who just
is it just about
ear raped
school
us
that
all?
we're talking about, or are we just talking about in general?
Just in general, the past week since the last podcast.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna have a separate segment on Thanksgiving or not. Is that what we're doing?
Oh yeah,
there?
no, we are. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll save it for later then.
All right, Calvin.
Well, I got accepted on the prof team. Spencer, stop breathing into the microphone. I can hear you go. But anyways,
Rip headphone users.
yeah, that's really about it. Just
Yeah. I too got
the
accepted
week
on the
just
improv
started,
team.
so
yeah.
Yeah. Well, since we got nothing else interesting to talk about, how about we move on to our first segment about Thanksgiving for all of you Americans out there, up, down, wherever you want us to be, Canada. We have Thanksgiving this weekend, and we have a 4-day weekend. Very fun. Last weekend with tomato potato. Anyway, who wants to kick the ball here?
Mine's a pretty interesting story, so I'll leave it for a bit.
All right.
Well, all I did was basically go down, say hi, eat some lunch. I mean supper. Same thing. Then I went upstairs, played some Sniper Elite, killed some bad people, and got a bunch of headshots. And then basically said bye after eating dessert.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
basically-
I guess all I did, so, started off, me and my grandma, we went out to Walmart, pick up some coffee and hot chocolate mix. We came back. I tried to make like a whoop whoop late for the party joke, and then I realized it was all just old people that were there so far, so I shut up quick and I ran upstairs. Later during the evening, my uncle splashed wine all over the roof. Fun stuff. And then they made my little brother cry by playing a board game. It was very eventful.
Oh,
That
sounds
fun, bro.
Avalon. It's a strategy game.
ah,
Does Spencer have anything to say for Thanksgiving?
Yes, I actually have a couple of things. So, I went to my grandma's for Thanksgiving, and let's just say, I don't know if we're allowed to say, are we allowed to say types of drugs on here?
No.
Probably not the best thing to talk about.
I told my mom we knew that she does this type of drug,
Weed.
And she didn't seem to care. So like, talked to come with me. So we had to talk about it, and we decided, yeah, it's okay. And she didn't care about it. And then on Monday, who did I decide to bug? I let him take over.
He decided to bug me over and over and over. Oh boy,
Alrighty.
what fun it was.
Yeah, it was so fun that he yelled at me.
Probably not fun for him, Spencer.
But I guess it kind of balances out with the 99 trillion I might get from him.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about your guys' stupid bet later. Emma, you said you have an interesting story about Thanksgiving.
Well,
Care to kick the ball?
Okay, well, Ashton, you already know. On Saturday, I went up to my dad's side of the family, so my grandma's. On Saturday, I went for Thanksgiving, and my dad had just recently bought me a dirt bike. I only learned how to drive it, like, I've only been driving it for, like, a few days, maybe at most. So I wasn't that experienced with it. But that same morning, I was, like, really low on blood sugar or something, so I was, like, fainting a lot and stuff like that. I only fainted once in the morning, and then I went out to my grandma's. And we hadn't had supper yet, so I was, like, low on blood sugar. And what happened was I started the dirt bike, like, it wouldn't start, and I got frustrated, so I tried starting it, and it actually did. And so I was kind of excited to get into gear, and I was driving a little bit, and then I started getting, like, black spots. You know, whenever you guys get up too fast, you see, like, black spots.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I blacked out while I was driving and drove into a tree.
Oh no.
Yeah, drove into a tree, and also then drove into a pile of trees and sticks.
Did it hurt the ball sack you have?
Oh yeah, I have a big ball sack.
Okay.
But yeah, so I have this huge bruise on my thigh and a bruise on my knee, a little bumpy spot, and I ended up missing out on Thanksgiving at my mom's side of the family's place, which kind of sucks, but I stayed at home with my cat and we ate Chinese.
Yeah, no, I remember me and another one of our friends being all concerned for you because you were fainting and all that.
Yeah, but they were totally, like, unrelated. I don't have a concussion or anything. I have my helmet on, so.
Yeah.
That's
If you,
good.
just so you know, if you ever get a concussion, ask me because I have experience with it.
I know a lot of people who have experienced concussion.
Even though you had your helmet on and everything, the concussion is caused by the brain hitting the inside wall. So
Yeah,
if you just
but
move your
that's not
head
the reason
way
I
too
said that,
fast.
is what I mean.
Ashton, oh my gosh. I'm sending you this.
Oh, Spencer, you know what you can do? I had the
What?
best idea. Push to talk.
Yeah.
No, that won't be good for me.
Why
Yes,
not?
it
You
will.
can just tap and hold your screen.
Calvin, this is Ashton in 2020.
What? Are you sending
Just
Instagram memes?
Just keep talking about the podcast. All right. So let's roll the ball.
Woohoo, great
Anybody
host,
got?
guys.
Oh, what's the date today? The 15th, I believe.
Yeah.
So we're recording this on October 15th. We're about halfway through October. Let's talk about the most dreaded gamer event in about, I think, history.
Fortnite.
Coming up in November. Coming up. Spencer, shut up.
Spencer,
Spencer.
you and your Fortnite needs to settle down, okay?
The triple N month.
Ooh, the best holiday ever. Not really.
No, it's a thing of sheer will.
JJ,
You gotta be strong to get through there. Oh no.
Yes.
Calvin, please elaborate of what these mean for people that don't know.
N is no not November. NNN is no not November. DDD is the short dick December. JJJ is juicy juice January. FF is fabulous February, and I don't know the rest.
Oh God.
Can't
So
relate.
basically, No Nut November. Gonna be loads of memes coming out on it. PewDiePie might do meme review just about that. Fun time.
No, not November.
I can't relate, guys.
Whoa,
I mean, I know
Yeah.
gamer girls like to cheer on the gamer guys.
and
I don't have
sometimes
any
they make
nuts.
us fail.
Makes them. That's true. Sometimes they make us fail.
Yes.
No,
Well,
but we've already had a pretty eventful school week.
yeah, no, not much happened. I know that tomorrow, one of my teachers is host or a coach for the volleyball team, so I get out of fourth period, easy and done. Fun stuff.
Well, we're also
no.
having the turkey bowl.
That's Thursday, I believe. I don't know if I want to buy into that or not.
Honestly, I have to go there. I don't have to buy into it, but I have to do a media assignment, so it's basically a buyout.
Huh. Yeah, I guess.
Do you want a plus? I don't have to go to
What?
school. But I gotta go to school, but I'm not gonna be at school for the whole day on the grade 8 thing. Do you know why?
Why?
Oh, stinky.
Cross country.
Bingo! What's his name? Oh, we are running and
Oh, sweet, I was right. I was right. It's stinky.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what did you think it was?
What do you mean? It's stinky.
It's
No, it's in
stinky.
Stinky.
Okay, new
stinky.
podcast rule. Stinky is now banned.
Nope,
On this
you don't get to decide that.
stinky.
Let's put it to a vote. All in
I
favor?
do not vote on
Aye.
the ban.
I vote
Me
on the
neither.
ban.
It's 2-1, Spencer. We already won.
It's 3-1.
Yeah, Spencer.
I vote
If
against
you
it.
guys will excuse me for a moment, I apologize. My mom is calling me.
So it's time
We,
to the
we
two.
respect parents. So, anybody have any other ideas? Because I legit did not plan for this. I forgot all about it.
Bro.
We talked about the
Co-host.
Talladega race. Car went on
No.
the roof.
Nope.
Calvin,
No,
if you're texting me, I don't have my notifications on during podcast.
Stinky.
No, it's an
Let's just
stinky
talk
for
about
you,
anything.
mister.
Let's just start a conversation. That we normally talk about.
Yeah, we can get the ball rolling. That's what I want the podcast to be.
Yes.
Calvin, just put the title as oh no, someone died.
Bro, we already basically did that with. Spencer's dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody died, though.
I already thought of it.
I kind of.
Get
Right,
Yeah.
put it as.
Briggity, bro. Oh. Ooh,
I'm gonna jump off the cliff here.
Oh,
Yeah,
Spencer.
that's if I.
Spencer. You wanna talk about your Fortnite needs?
Yeah, no, let's feed his addiction real quick. Spencer, please do implore. I think that's the right usage of that word. Please do elaborate on your Fortnite yelling and screaming because you're gay, baby.
As you guys might not know, well, most of you guys probably know already
No.
that if you guys don't follow Fortnite, there's been a lot of live events, including the North or Kevin the Cube, and a bunch of other things, right? And it came to the end the other day, and we all went into a black hole. And the servers were out for like 2 days. There was so much news that actually a big news station in the States called Inside Edition actually said that people were upset, and it shows how strong the Fortnite base is.
Stop. They're not strong.
Okay, so we'll call that little segment the gay baby. Hold on.
I'm not done. You hold on, mister. You hold on. So
That's not how we talk to people on this show. I'm just gonna say we're gonna call that the gay baby segment. Keep continuing with the gay baby.
So
Yes.
here we are, and I don't know if you guys. So when you guys if you guys haven't played it since like the thing, you are loaded in and you are presented having a party on the bus, and then when you jump out as a default. It's totally unknown if you're versing bots at first, but like it looks like at first you're joining another thing, but it looks like you're joining a bot session. Oh, and another thing is you can see who else levels up in the game. So that's new, and it shows your level on the
Levels
bottom
up?
of the screen. Yeah. So you can see, like, if you're doing Team Rumble, you can see when it pops up when your teammates have leveled up. Like, my teammate, one of the guys I'm versing just leveled up as level 5.
I see.
And I don't know why, but
Interesting.
and you can now swim in Fortnite. You can now fish. You can now drive boats.
Oh boy. The server is going to be harder to get rid of because this is basically PUBG on crack, guys. Ow.
And the best thing is, you can actually build a statue.
Why would you build a statue in a battle royale?
Okay, so let's just get off the topic of Fortnite before I get a headache.
Bro,
Yes,
you play too. Don't
agreed.
give me that stuff.
I don't play Fortnite. I'm not a gay baby.
It's also upgraded graphics. So the
Spencer,
graphics are
Spencer,
top notch. Yes,
Spencer, we
Ashton,
just
yes,
said we're
Ashton.
gonna.
Yes, Ashton. Yes, Ashton.
We just said
So
we're
that's
gonna move
also-
off the topic of Fortnite.
That's also on console, so the graphics are kind of. See, I have a
No, the
PC, so I can upgrade my graphics.
Anyway, let's move off the topic of Fortnite. Okay, let's move off the topic. Let's move off the topic of Fortnite. All right, let's move on. Calvin, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you mean? What do I want to talk about?
He wants to talk about his
Well-
love life.
No,
That's
well,
that's non-existent. What do you mean?
talk about that.
What do you mean? Sure, I have nothing to talk about. There's legit nothing going on.
Okay,
talk about
what
it.
About that? What about that girl that you haven't texted in 6 days?
Okay, so we're gonna be skipping past this, Spencer.
Yeah. Spencer, if you can't hold your tongue, then you're gonna get removed. I'm just saying.
Sorry, Calvin.
It's alright, bro.
Yep.
I love you.
So,
no, I don't.
I should say I'm straight, but there's how many girls have I been texting? There's been quite a
Oh,
girls
boy.
I've been texting. Okay, so here I am on Twitter, and there's this girl from I think Britain, and right here, she pinned this to. She she pinned herself. She pinned this to her account, and it said, "Here I am. Please don't hate me." And if I was Calvin, and if I was not in bed, I would totally go out after her. And if
wait. Speaking of,
Spencer?
let's talk about that bet.
No,
Mm.
guys, it's personal. Come on. No,
No,
like,
it's
not.
you brought it up. You brought it up twice. That enough times to
What? No, I didn't.
validate me. Yes, you did.
Okay,
That's enough.
Let's talk about.
That's
Let's talk about.
that's enough.
Let's talk about.
That's enough for me to validate a whole little topic about it. So, Calvin,
Okay, but
please
it-
explain.
It involves a girl. Come on, please, personal.
It's not. It doesn't involve a girl.
It
It
involves.
involves any
Yeah,
girl you like.
actually-
It's not personal.
Yes, it's personal for me because I don't want the whole world knowing.
That you made a bet.
All right.
No, about a girl. Yeah.
So, okay, I'm not gonna
It's not
say
a
that
girl.
specific bet, but Spencer has this tendency to make these really stupid bets with Calvin. I think
$99
this
trillion.
next, yeah, and Spencer never wins these bets, and they're so easy.
I've won 3 out of like 100.
He owes me $8,552 right now.
Those aren't very good odds.
I know, but it's about to be 4 in 2 months.
Well, you didn't specify your end of the bet, and we already shook on it, so technically it's a win-win situation. Just a bigger win.
What? No,
True.
win.
I said, but if I don't owe you no more money.
I didn't say I agree, and we didn't shake on it.
Anyway, we're not gonna argue on the
I'm not-
podcast. We want to keep
I'm not
this.
owing you $3 trillion going. Like if I lose, if I win.
It's 99.
We're not gonna argue. We're not gonna argue on the internet. Let's move on to. Shall we move on to new video games coming up?
There's, like,
Mud Runner 2. Mud Runner UK is coming out.
I think we already talked about that last podcast.
That's true.
No,
We're running out of ideas.
Is
Let's just
Mudrunner
Anything.
So do you,
Let's just talk.
sports?
Nope.
No sports. That's the only line I'm
Racing?
crossing. That's a part of sports.
No.
I'm back.
Welcome
We can
back.
talk about Emma. We can talk about Emma's love life.
No.
We're ruling out the love life.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about my love life because it's complicated.
I don't want to get depresso espresso
Wait,
on.
are
the
really
internet.
talking about what
There's
happened
really nothing
today
special
with
about
a
it, Spencer.
girl?
We're not gonna talk about it. Thanks. Okay, next.
Are we gonna be talking about a girl thing that happened today with a girl?
Nope.
No. No drama.
Nope.
How bold
No,
of you to
Calvin.
assume her
It's
gender?
that girl that was beside us in civics.
Spencer.
Yes,
I
we
know,
know,
no.
Spencer. We're not going to talk
okay.
about that.
Oh, sorry. I'm just so shut up. No.
Christ, that's part of
Yeah,
drama.
my mom had to call me up because she wanted to talk to me about parent-teacher interviews.
Did you go?
Wasn't that
I
Oh,
did not go.
speaking of,
But my
Yeah.
teacher said very good things about me.
Same with mine.
yeah.
wasn't that like a week ago? A week ago?
It was on Thursday, Spencer. And then I was
Same
gone
thing.
Yes,
all weekend.
by
Like, my mom
definition,
didn't see me
yes.
all weekend, so she had to talk to me about it tonight.
Let's talk about parent-teacher interviews. I'm gonna start this time. Personally, me and my mom went together. Fun stuff. But we waited in line for like half an hour, and we had like 3-second conversations, and it was like 4 people lines. It was crazy.
3-second conversation.
Yeah, no. One of the teachers said, he talks louder than me. He talks more than me. Gets his work done. You're done. Goodbye.
Wow.
Well, they have a lot of students to go through.
That's true.
Understandable.
It's probably a little hard for them to.
You know, all my teachers complimented me.
I didn't go to parent teacher interview because I had cross country.
Even
What about your mom?
Moody math teacher.
Whoa, wait,
Yeah.
someone's level 100 already?
What?
Probably. Just talking about Fortnite. Anyways, we could,
Oh.
since we're out of ideas, we could talk about, you know what we were talking about with my dad? Emma?
Oh yeah, maybe we could, but it's kind of risky because we didn't go over it with Spencer.
Huh?
Fuck it.
Ashton.
Well,
That's all I
Ashton,
got.
you could probably handle it maturely, but
Yeah.
I'll just be quiet.
Spencer,
I'll just be quiet.
if you could, yeah. Thank you very much.
Ish.
look,
No.
Spencer. What I'm saying is, you don't have to like not talk, but I'm just saying, make sure you watch what you say.
Yeah, bro.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Get it from the official people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay. Well, would you two like to?
Calvin, you can start if you'd like.
Okay, I don't know where to start. What do you mean?
Because I don't know where to start either.
Oh,
It's your guys' idea. I don't know what the hell this is.
It wasn't even
Okay.
our idea; it was his dad's.
I have an
Oh,
idea.
wait, the education stuff.
Huh? What are you?
The education.
Education.
No breathing. Don't give a frick if I don't do my homework. Okay, I'm stopping.
Okay. So what was the
There's the
Think
education stuff.
No, it was mostly just about the topic of religion and politics and stuff. We were just
Oh, that's risky.
it.
Eh,
Yeah,
screw it.
exactly why I was saying that.
Screw it.
That's
What are we
true.
gonna get?
Well,
8 comments? That's it.
So,
True.
who
Well,
wait,
please go in.
I
To the
was
Emma
Well-
or Calvin, please, you guys start
Here's
this.
how we're gonna start it. Spencer, watch what you say. I'm serious. Don't be a little.
I know I was
bum.
about to say something, but it's part. It's
Don't be
part.
no
Don't,
stinky,
don't
okay?
speak unless spoken to. Got it?
Yeah, no, follow that rule. Hold your tongue unless we tell you something.
I actually was about
anyways.
to say something, but it's part of politics. So like, nope.
Well, we're gonna talk about I'm gonna start it off with politics, but just watch what you say because we don't want to offend anybody in general. What are your opinions on the election coming up, guys?
Oh, boy.
The federal
It's okay.
election. for-
It's like it's it could be better.
What do you
What?
mean it could be better? You mean
We're talking. I'm talking about specifically the candidates who you think you'd want to
Yeah,
vote
so,
for.
the candidates.
I'm just gonna say I watched a little bit of the debate, Canadian debate, and it's I gotta say I don't like the leader of the Green Party.
Yeah.
Not to hate
same.
on anybody that supports them, but she's
I'm not a big fan of the bloc. Yeah, you know.
Bloc Quebec
the
laws.
block the yeah.
I don't like them. They're gonna be like taking their country, their like Quebec, and splitting it from Canada.
Yeah,
or
that's
something
just
like
gonna
that.
cause a whole lot of trade issues.
Yeah, and it's kind of just dumb. But I think honestly, Andrew Scheer. I think it's what's the opposite? Federal Democratic Party.
Conservative.
Democratic Party.
What's the opposite
That's
of
not-
federal? Calvin, you mean liberal?
Oh,
I mean,
That's the conservatives.
not federal. Yeah, liberal. Yeah.
Liberal and
It's
conservatives.
conservative is the opposite of liberal.
Okay. Yeah. I think they're gonna win because they got some really good things that they're saying and stuff like that. You know.
That's
And,
true.
Wait,
I-
wasn't
little-
Quebec the part of the Andrew Scheer?
No,
No.
Andrew
that's
Scheer.
part of the Quebec, the bloc de Quebecois.
See, personally
Yes.
for me, I think they all made like very good points. Justin Trudeau,
Sure.
like to me personally, I didn't think he did a very good job against Andrew Scheer.
If
Wait,
I could note on that real quick, everybody else was smiling. They were having a good time, joking around. Well, Mr. Trudeau was just real stiff.
Sitting.
Yeah, I
Basically,
didn't
all
like
he
the
did
way
for
he
Canada
acted
was
with it.
sit there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But personally, for me, like, okay, I liked Andrew Scheer's points. Wait, he's the Conservative Party leader, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get my facts straight. I liked Andrew Scheer's points. I think he did a good job. Certain ones I didn't agree with, but if anything, if I had a chance to vote, I'd probably vote for him. Also,
Yeah,
personally,
I
don't
know
think Justin-
Calvin. I know that Calvin. He's also a conservative. I personally, I like the points of Jagmeet Singh. I think that's his name. Mr.
Oh,
Singh. He's
yeah,
part of
I
the
like him very much
New
too, but-
Democratic Party. He has a lot of good points, but I do agree, Mr. Scheer. He had some good points in the debate. I just
Mhm.
much so preferred Mr. Singh's what do you call it? Opinions on Article 21, I think it's called.
Yes.
Well,
I
Yeah.
remember. I think it was last year that Andrew Scheer actually made like this funny like animated thing. It was used with green screen and effects. It was hilarious. I watched it like 5 times in a row or more.
well, see, the thing of it is like I liked Singh's points as well, but I find that he didn't have a lot of chances to talk, along with the other party
That's
leaders
true.
as well. The
I like-
debate honestly was mostly between Trudeau and Scheer, which was kind
Yeah,
of sucked because I wanted to hear everybody else's points, but then again,
That's
I'm
true.
not voting, so
I like Mr. Singh's plan for healthcare. I think he has a good idea, making it more available to all Canadians, no matter where.
Exactly.
Wait, can we talk about the states for a second about their stuff?
no, Spencer.
No,
we're
this is
Canada.
Canadian politics.
I mean, we can. I mean, it's not gonna
Unless it
hurt.
unless it directly affects Canada or like in some
You
way.
know,
Well,
I don't know anything about the states.
Like the guy that brought over Americans to come get their pills. He actually had a heart attack the other day.
Huh.
Who?
And that's
That's,
news.
Like,
that's news. We don't talk. Well, technically, politics is news. We're breaking a big part of our rule here, but we're
Well,
going to
see,
take a
that's the
risk,
thing is,
see if
like, we're
people like
trying
it.
to-
But one of his things he likes to stand, but he has to call a chair to use a chair, and apparently he was stressing out over the campaign. So
What?
he had a heart attack, but he survived.
This is the most random thing ever. Let's just, Spencer, hold your tongue. Emma, continue on that thought that you were interrupted with.
Well, I was just gonna say, it was about the politics thing in our podcast. Okay,
Yeah.
basically, the reason me and Calvin decided to do this now is one, because we ran out of topics, and two, we decided it was time to kind of branch out a little bit. Sure,
Yeah,
it
see
could
if
quality,
see
but
if
the
it would
reason we're
work.
doing it is because if we don't do it now, we probably never will, honestly. And
That's
Yeah.
true. Plus, I
thing is-
forgot I was host, so I didn't plan much.
yeah, which is like honestly not your fault because I forgot I was host that one time and had no idea what I was doing.
Exactly. It's
But like
it's
what I'm
something.
saying is the reason we keep hushing Spencer and all that stuff isn't because we might not necessarily agree with his points. It's just because sometimes
He
things can be
can't
taken out.
act mature.
No, not that. It's
I'll just
more
sum it up to that.
be taken out of context.
That's true.
Yes.
So
And what I said.
I just wanted to explain it.
All I'm gonna say for the U.S. election is Trump 2020, boys.
No, no,
No, not again.
not again.
Anyway,
Explain why you don't
Okay,
want
that's
him.
all.
Explain.
That's all, guys. Hope you guys like, subscribe,
What
comment.
are you talking?
And-
Hey,
no, Spencer, shut up.
We're having a good
We're
topic
not
here.
done.
Explain. Explain why you don't want him.
My personal
Huh?
opinion on Trump, I think honestly he's done a lot as the president, but
Yeah.
the reason I don't like him as a lot is because the way he goes about things is just sometimes it can be a little much because he's a
What do you mean?
businessman. He thinks about the end product, right? So
That's true.
it's sometimes the way he goes about things. Like for example, those families. I forget what the whole thing was about. I think it was immigrants and stuff like that.
Yeah, it
But
was.
they took the babies into America and left the parents on the other side of the border. So now there's a bunch of these babies who don't have parents and have to be put into the system and all that stuff, and it just causes a big epidemic.
Yeah, I remember
Sure,
that.
sure, there's a few small things that he did bad, but if you look at the bigger picture of what he did right, think of it. He made treaties with so much countries. He stopped like so much atomic bombs from being made. He like helped out a bunch of people, raised a bunch of money.
My
you know?
opinion on Trump is that he is not Canadian. I don't much care what he does. He
My
controls
opinion.
hold on. He controls the states. He can mess them up. I don't much care. I'm not saying I don't care about Americans. I do think of their well-being, but it doesn't
The
directly
US has
affect me at the moment.
the biggest presidentry, so technically anything he does can affect us.
But also,
That's true.
the U.S. is trillions of dollars in debt.
So is
Well,
every
so is
country.
Canada.
But listen,
So is
no,
every
Canada's
country.
like maybe a few billion. America. Now I don't know this for sure, so if I'm wrong, correct me. But from what I've heard from like the adults in my family, America's like at least like 30,000 or 30 trillion in debt, right? And Trump adding these borders around may be a good idea, but it also like costs a
Like-
lot of money.
21
My-
trillion in the US.
Okay, well, close. I said about 30.
My opinion on Trump is a very low.
Explain.
Okay, so first he was a movie person, so he was in the old movies. He was in Home Alone. He was in Home Alone.
That was a
And,
cameo because they were in his tower.
Spencer, you forget that Trump was a businessman before he became president.
So he was a businessman, but then before he became a businessman, he was part of movies. And then, what do you know, like, there's a speech impediment thing going
Spencer.
around.
Spencer, you're getting your facts wrong.
No, Spencer, he was in business before he was in movies. The reason he was in cameos in movies is because he was a businessman and because he had things like Trump Tower and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he actually, there's a thing going on around now about the speech impediment thing and about this one girl that started this whole thing. To be honest, I'm on the girl side, but not on Trump's side because he's also trying to stop her.
Okay.
What?
What? Anyways, Canada's
Boy.
also
We don't know about this.
$2.2 trillion in debt. that's
No, I'm pretty
not
sure it's
that far
only in
behind.
billions, Calvin.
Nope. I'm reading it right here. 2.2 trillion.
Yeah, no, Canada's quite in debt because of I think Trudeau. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, isn't Trudeau planning on putting a carbon tax too?
Oh,
No,
God.
Something like
that's
that.
Ford.
No, that was Trudeau.
Ford and Trudeau are the same thing. You know that, right, Spencer?
Yeah, I totally knew that.
What?
I'm not trying to
So the total
Anyway.
debt in the world is 33 trillion.
Which is which country?
All together.
Oh, okay,
All
so
around
that's
the
like
world.
Well, let's move topic. Anybody watch any good shows?
I
I just
watched
finished Rick and
NASCAR
Morty.
race.
Rick and Morty's good.
Rick
I
and
I
Morty's
I started
personally.
watching an Australian show called Glitch.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
What's that about?
Wait, oh, okay.
Basically it's about a bunch of people come back from the dead in perfect health. And for example, one of them was a guy's wife, and she died 2 years previous to the storyline going on. And she had breast cancer, and she had stage 4 breast cancer. So she was really sick. But she died and came back to life and was in perfect health, no breast cancer, no nothing.
Huh.
So it's basically about a bunch of people that come back from the dead. And
That
they
sounds
have to
very
figure out what the
heartwarming.
hell's going on
Can,
and
can,
stuff like
can I
that.
say something?
Just hold on a second there. I personally I started watching this show. My grandpa and brother watch it. It's called Hell on Wheels.
Oh yeah, I like that show.
What's it about, Spencer?
I haven't watched it in a while though.
So it is old western in America. It's about this guy called Cullen Bohannon who fought in the American Civil War. After his wife, slaves, and son got murdered, he moved and he started working on a railroad for Mr. Durant, Thomas Durant, who is very, very wealthy businessman building a railroad now. And he goes through all this stuff, like going from being hung to being foreman of the railroad next day.
Huh.
Damn.
Can I say my movie? Wait, what are we talking about again? Oh yeah, I
TV
remember.
shows that I watch.
So the thing on Netflix I'm starting to watch about on YouTube is called A Big Mouth.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh jeez.
I don't think we can talk about that.
I mean, we can just not say the things, you know. They just came out with new
What do you
episodes, by the way. I should actually watch that right now.
See, I'm actually have you guys heard of the new thing? Like it's supposed to be like Apple, but it's like Apple TV. So it's like Netflix, but for
Oh
Apple.
jeez.
Oh, they're doing this show and it's supposed to be do you know who Emily Dickinson is, Ashton, by any chance? I know Calvin and Spencer won't, but
I don't think I do.
so she was like a poet and I think she was a lesbian or something like that. But I don't know. I don't really brush up on the facts. She was a poet, I think, or a writer or something like that. And she was, I think it was 1800s. I could be wrong. But Apple is doing a spin-off, like, not spin-off, but like a modern spin on it with like modern comedy and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they're creating a show out of it. And one of my favorite singers / actress is in it. Her name's Haley Steinfeld. And she's actually, I really like her. So I'd probably just watch the show just for that. But I think it's probably going to be a train wreck.
I
And
can see that happening.
Well, Apple's making it, so
yeah,
True.
it's kind of
True enough.
dog poopy.
like Netflix may be going on a few train wreck movies, but they're definitely better than Apple TV.
Oh, speaking of Netflix, apparently they're slowly filtering out actual shows, and they're just gonna start streaming Netflix originals.
No.
Yeah, I heard about that too. I think they're
Yeah,
already
no,
doing
not
that.
too impressed with that.
I'm not either, but I use websites too to watch
Yeah.
movies sometimes, depending on the show.
I'm just glad that I watched The Office before this happened or started happening.
Well, they're removing Friends too.
Oh man.
Like, why are you removing all the good ones?
Yeah.
Contract notifications.
What?
Oh, you know it's a good movie.
What?
I think it's called Cheech and Chong.
I think I've heard of that, but I have any idea what it's about.
Sounds a little bit racy.
No. It's a movie for if you're high or anything, you should watch it. Definitely. My dad
Cheech
showed
and
me.
Chong sounds like Asian racism.
There's a Mexican guy and a black guy, I think.
Yo, I think I've heard about this, but I've like never seen it. It sounds so familiar.
and it's called Ching Ching Chong.
Cheech and Chong.
Oh.
Oh, that's why
Yes.
it sounds familiar because I'm having deja vu right now.
Deja
I
vu.
swear to God, boy, I am from the future. I have deja vu like every 10 minutes.
Oh, same. I always have deja vu and I hate it.
I do too,
Guys.
because like, oh my God. What?
They just added Overwatch on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh!
What? What?
They're trying to make the Switch better because nobody will buy it.
I just opened up the Blizzard app, and all I see is the Overwatch thing glowing, so I clicked on it, and I slowly see this PNG of a Nintendo Switch and Tracer in it. Just
Oh
scrolling
my.
down.
The only reason I'd get a Switch is to play the new freaking Pokemon games.
I'd get it.
Oh, I can't wait for that to come out.
Wait, are you talking about the new one that's supposed to be set in like London or something like that?
Yeah, Sword and Shield.
Oh, I'm
Looks
so
alright.
excited for it.
I think I'm gonna get Shield.
I'm probably gonna get Sword because I'm a badass.
Yee.
Same. Haha.
Kelvin can't relate.
Loser, you don't have
What a goof.
Nintendo.
What a goof.
I
He
have a
doesn't play
Nintendo.
Pokemon.
No, I don't play Pokemon like a weirdy head.
What?
Yeah, but you watch anime.
That's true.
Yeah, that's different.
I have a
How?
Nintendo, but it found a fish tank.
So you don't have a Nintendo.
I
Pokemon's
technically
weird
do.
to some people, and so is anime. Deal with it.
I like
Well, if you
to
have
be
a problem
honest,
with anime,
I
you
don't
have a problem
like
with me.
anime. Like to be honest, for me, I don't like anime, but I don't mind it.
I watch anime. I don't think it's weird.
I don't
Like,
watch it, but I don't diss people that like it too often.
Well, like
I don't wanna make fun of
watch it
Calvin.
lately, but I used to watch it a lot. So
Yeah, for me, I don't like it, but I don't mind it. The only person I diss about it is Calvin.
Alright, listen here, buddy.
Calvin, though, he talks about it religiously. He watches that crap religiously.
When
But
did
he's
you hear me
moving to
talk about it
Japan.
today? When did you hear me talk about it today?
Calvin, might I bring up the
And
waifu rules?
That's just waifu rules. Did I talk about it
oh shit, our first controversy.
religiously?
Excuse me, you just ear raped me.
Me too, sir. Now please pay
Don't steal my joke,
$102,900
Spencer.
trillion dollars.
Okay. Well, moving on.
$. Okay,
What-
new
oh.
topic. Has anybody here seen Austin Powers?
No.
Yes.
Okay, guys, I have a question. Is this like okay? So there was this one show I used to watch when I was younger. It was like Power Girls or something like that. But
Powerpuff Girls.
no, it wasn't Powerpuff Girls. There was a red one, a green one,
Power
orange
Yellow
one.
one.
The orange
Oh my
one.
God.
It was
The orange
Totally
one.
Spies. You're talking about Totally Spies.
Yes.
What
Why
are
did you
you?
watch that?
It was when I was younger. Okay.
Yeah, I used to watch that when I was like 5.
Yeah, I had to watch it because I have a younger brother.
Well,
No,
I
no,
didn't
no, no.
watch it.
You know what?
You watched it on your own.
Hey, no, Todd, you. Hey, let me just beat the crap out of
Spencer's
him. I'll be
trying to-
back.
okay, I can just imagine Spencer backing up very nervously right now. Like, I
Hi,
had to watch
guys.
it because of my younger brother, guys.
No.
Okay,
You crap.
okay, so it was when our grandfather was still alive. I think it was when we were like at least 12. Was the last time I watched it.
12.
I did like everything that you watched when you were a child on me.
That's so true. Ooh, I bet you watch Sailor Moon.
What's that?
I bet you watch it.
What's that?
Sailor Moon?
Yep.
What's
My mom
Sailor
watched that.
Moon?
You watch Sailor Moon, Spencer. Don't disagree.
No, I don't even know what it is.
Don't disagree.
It's an anime.
Like I said, come on, I don't watch
It's an
anime.
old one. It's an old anime though.
The only anime I get to watch is when you force me to watch it.
I let you watch one episode of One Punch Man.
And I didn't like it.
That's because it's the first episode. Every first episode of every TV show ever is always kind of lame. And how dare
No.
you say that to Saitama?
I don't know. I don't find the plot of One Punch Man interesting.
Can I want to box it? Want to box about it?
Bring it.
Maybe at the Staples Center. We can go on KSI and Logan Paul under card.
Alright, they'll destroy you.
Ready, 5-ounce gloves, no head guards.
Alright, Spencer, you're paying for the ring first.
Alright.
You have to pay for the place.
I'm confused.
Let's move to the topic of the future of the Runs podcast again.
We do
I'm
it every
thinking-
time.
Yeah, because it's important.
Well, we'd probably get through it if you stop interrupting.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Miss Candy.
What?
Wasn't talking to
All
you,
right. Well, let's move on. I'm thinking we try to do a podcast with no necessary host. Like, kind of what we're doing now, since I'm technically not hosting, I'm just balling ideas off you guys.
Yeah.
But we should just do like a normal conversation that we'd have. Just no host. Just do that every few podcasts.
Their mic?
That was Calvin.
Me?
And me.
No,
No.
you didn't.
Oh my
Yes, I
God,
did.
that's messed up.
Anyway, what do you guys
I think
think
that's a good
of?
idea.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Calvin, what do you
we should
think?
stick to hosts until we figure
Yeah.
out a plan, because we saw how that worked out last time when we tried doing something and then didn't do it.
Stop rocking.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, this episode's worked out pretty fun.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's been all right. Spencer.
Calvin.
Sorry about that, guys.
Calvin. Calvin. Calvin.
Okay. Well, let's not argue about it.
Calvin.
Spencer.
Oh.
Spencer. That means you.
Ashton, you know what I could have
Yes.
done on the way
How
home?
about this supply break?
What?
If you walked just a bit further, I could have spadoodled you. There was
Really?
5
Oh.
cars.
Oh,
5 cars came by, yellow. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
If you guys
Zoom
can't
by.
tell, we play this game, very fun, called Spadoodle.
Georgia, tell
Basically,
me play it.
Spencer, shut up.
Spencer, mute your mic if you're gonna yell at your brother. So we play this game called Spadoodle. It's quite a fun game. So what you do is every time you see a yellow car, you punch your friend. Pretty simple. Me and Calvin got in an all-out brawl 2 times today, trying to punch each other, just trying to tap each other, just once. And we were joking around because a cop drove past us earlier today. So we were all. Oh, hold on. I'm clutching this game right now.
Oh boy, I'm sure.
Oh, guys, don't disturb him. He's clutching the game.
This son of
Let's go! Let's go, Ashton! Yeah, you got this!
Shoot!
Kill him.
Oh, I got him. Okay, I got him. Anyway, so we were joking because a cop car drove past us. We were thinking they're gonna drive past us again. They're gonna yell at us for something, just brawling on the street. Because it looked like we were about to like get down, like beat the living shite.
Out of each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. I enjoyed the game.
You know, there were quite a few of them today on the walk home.
Oh, okay, I figured out something that we should do on the podcast.
What?
We should find a game that's, chill, that we all can play, that's, I guess, cross-platform, that we can all play, that won't really bug us while we do the podcast or just do videos, just talk about life, make some jokes up,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
going
no,
for
because I do find when Spencer and I, or you or Emma, anybody clutches during the game, because just then I'm very competitive.
Yeah, but if we have like a very chill game, like
Yeah.
we won't really care
you know
about
that-
the gameplay,
you
but
know
it will
that,
get us into context and all this, that.
Yeah, when What was that game that Fitz and Swagger Souls were playing?
Fits and Swagger Souls.
They were playing
It's
this
a-
really chill game.
VR? Like it's in VR?
No, it was a parkour game.
Oh, oh, I saw it on Steam. Oh, you liking this gas mask? And it's like, what's it called? Oh, I know what you're talking
I'll
about.
go back.
No.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I like that game. That game looks pretty cool.
Hold on, let me find the game of that because we should all get that.
I don't know.
I think it costs money.
I'm poor and I
Yeah.
don't have VR.
Me too.
It's not
It's not
VR.
VR.
Oh, what is it?
It's whatever TV screen, monitor, desktop, game controller, whatever, I think.
Oh.
And I
okay.
don't know. Check if it's cross-platform before. Because we don't want to buy a game and then, not.
That's true.
Not be able to play it.
Yeah.
Unless you enjoy playing that game, but I'm just saying maybe
Yes.
chill, bruh.
Okay, it's called Hot Lava.
Hot lava, yeah.
So
So
basically,
what-
floor is lava, but parkour.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's on console, because if it's on console, I might buy it.
Wow.
No, but
Anyway, I'm not sure how far we are into this podcast.
we're almost at 1 hour. We just got about
Already?
50 minutes.
They
Yeah, I
changed
think we're
it
at
by
50.
damn fast.
Not really.
It went by pretty fast. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
feel like the beginning of this podcast was real bad, but we kind of started picking it up towards the end.
Yeah. I agree.
Next
I'm
time,
just playing some CS.
I think Calvin's host next. Yeah.
Yep. It's whoever's
I'm never gonna
co-host.
be host.
You have to show Spencer that you're mature enough to handle hosts.
I'm not mature when I'm high on like candy and whatever.
Then don't get high on candy.
Pretty much. So, Calvin, your host. I think what we should start doing is give the host homework, so stuff like this and what Emma has done
Homework?
don't
Oh
happen.
no.
Homework I cannot cooperate with.
Not to hate on you, Emma, but I know this podcast I was not prepared. I don't know, you weren't prepared the first time you were host.
I didn't even know I was hosting, because I didn't even know hosting was a thing.
Yeah.
What?
I thought it was just going to be Calvin the whole time.
Oh, I see.
You
So
know,
I
I
had
think
no idea what was going on, and when you guys told me I was hosting, I was like, what?
yeah, we're all in this together. Yeah, no, I totally forgot about that. So I didn't much do my homework. I didn't much plan a segment or two.
Oh.
So
Just
the
kill the
host
guy.
from now on will have to do their homework and stuff.
Well, see,
And the
I did that
co-host,
last
they'll-
time, and it
they'll
ended
help.
up being a total disaster.
Well, I mean,
Sure.
we kind of switched through
We gotta-
subjects when we did that kind of too fast.
Well, that's because
Hey, Doug, stop talking to me.
Spencer kept talking about sports, and I was trying to get off the subject.
Yeah,
But
Uh,
even still,
we should
Yeah.
do a team building exercise where we do like a mock podcast.
that's what I kind of want to do. Or
Just give us
someone
a
goes over
very
to someone's
simple.
house and,
Or make sure we create some actual, stern rules of what we can and can't do.
Yeah, no. So what I'm thinking is what we do is we get on Discord. We do it like an actual podcast would, just some very mundane topics, and we try to not interrupt each other. And we'll make simple rules, like if somebody's talking, let them go first, or if somebody's talking, ask if you can interrupt. Like all those things. Like just ask if you can interject at any point.
That's why I've been thinking, doing it in person would be so easy.
It
Like,
will, but we have to practice with what we have at the moment.
Yeah. But I think maybe a few more years we'll probably have somewhere to go. Like, if once I get a house, I'm totally gonna set up a room
Yeah,
and
no,
dedicate
I'm-
it to the podcast.
I'm totally down. Like if I ever get my own house, like I'm totally down to have you guys over. I'll bake food and all that.
Oh, munch on stuff as we're doing podcast.
Get some nachos.
I'm allergic to nachos.
You're allergic to? No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
So tortilla chips you've had, and you've had cheese. So what are you allergic to?
Cheese.
You're not allergic
That's
to
right.
cheese. I've seen you eat cheese.
Spencer, you have cheese all the time.
Well, that goes my prank.
Tisk,
That's
child.
why you can't be host. You gotta tell the truth.
Well, I mean, he is trying to joke around,
That's true.
lighten the mood.
Anyway,
Well,
we're approaching
I
about an
think
hour.
that's-
Ashton, you better wrap it up.
Yeah, no, I think that's about the end of this podcast. I'm your host, Ash Guy. This is my co-host, Calvin.
it's-
He's not saying anything.
Oh,
so-
Calvin! I was kidding.
So that co-host is Calvin, and I'm joined by Spency Cat and Emma. No,
Alright,
don't do that. We're gonna
Okay.
edit that out, so you guys don't have to hear it.
You have to hear.
Yeah.
You don't
Calvin
have
will.
to to your ears.
If you like this podcast, please do like and subscribe and comment any feedback you have, any ideas, suggestions. We're totally open. If you guys like the political debates, if you didn't, that kind of stuff. So we can know if we do it more for you guys and you'll actually enjoy it, or never do it again because it was god awful. Up
Make
to
sure
you
you
guys.
follow us. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and I think I'm gonna be creating a Twitch soon. Maybe we'll try doing that. You know, it will
Maybe.
be open to all of us. We can stream any game we want. Kind of an open thing. You know.
Wait, Calvin, you said we have Patreon, right?
I think so. I don't know.
Well, if we do or don't, support us so we can get Spencer a new mic because, yeah.
Anal or.
So-
What?
I was gonna say ear, but I'm so used to saying.
No, just
What
so
are
we
you
can't
talking about?
breathe right into the microphone and
And
can't
that you don't get ear rape.
do that. Spencer.
Spencer.
This is why you're not host. Anyway, that about does it for this time.
Maybe.
Have a good night, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. This podcast will be up on usual time, I believe, if Calvin doesn't
Thursday.
slack.
Thursday,
We'll get-
12 o'clock.
Get this done. Yeah.
I know,
All right.
it's 6 a.m.
Pete,
Goodbye, Craig.